is another Bible that's very special to me. It is my first edition John MacArthur Study Bible. It's the New King James Version, set out by Grace to You. This is the very first run of leather Bibles that they did when it first came out, and we all put tabs on them in those days because John MacArthur had tabs on his Bible. And this is a Bible that really went with me everywhere. When I lived in Israel, I took this wherever I went, and whenever I found a site that was mentioned in the Bible, I would take out my Bible. I would take some of the sand from that site and pour it in that page. So I've still got some of that in there. A leaf from an olive tree in the in the Garden of Gethsemane. I took pictures with one of those old cameras that had film in it, and you didn't know exactly how your picture would turn out until months later when you were able to get it developed. And I have one of those, I put them in various places in here. I'll give you an example of that. This is Philippi, the ruins at Philippi, and you can see what I was trying to do there is get the work of God in the foreground, those two little stems, and then the work of man in ruins in the background. Anyway, I was trying to be artsy. Now, what's amazing about this Bible is that there's a little hidden Mickey. There's a hidden Easter egg for those who are in the know, and I'm going to introduce you to that. In the back of the Bible, there is a concordance, and it's a topical concordance. And if you look up the word baptism, there's all the different references to baptism. I'll give you some examples. Baptism as administered by John with a bunch of verses. Sanctioned by Christ. Adopted by Christ. Appointed as an ordinance by Christ. To be administered in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Water baptism, regeneration, remission. And you keep going down the list, and eventually you get one that says, Scriptures supporting infant baptism. Proverbs 30, verse 6. Scriptures supporting infant baptism. And so you go and read Proverbs 30 verse 6, and it says, do not add to his words, or he will reprove you, and you will be proved a liar. I think that is so funny. I mean, it's a little snarky, but even my Presbyterian brothers have got to admit that the person that snuck that in to the topical index, and I happen to know who it is, I'm not going to mention his name, but that was a stroke of snarky brilliance that I hope if a Presbyterian found that, they would say, touche, that's cute. Anyway, it's only in the first edition. That's what makes this such a special Bible. I have been offered a lot of money for this one too, because it has a signature of John MacArthur. It has a signature of John MacArthur in it. I took the picture out of him shaking my hand when I got my degree there. But I have that on my shelf. Here is an example of a little, let's see if I can get that to focus there. A little flower that I took from the desert where Elijah sat under the broom trees when he was depressed. And it was just a special moment. And so I took that and put that in my Bible. That is the John MacArthur first edition. I've been offered, the person told me that money is no object, and he had already spent $3,000 buying a Bible from me. So I imagine I could sell this for quite a lot, but this one is not for sale. I don't think it'll ever be for sale, depending on how many of my kids do end up in college. But when I die, hopefully this will get passed on to one of my grandkids.